Going everybody, Anthony back. Happy Monday, October 4th. We've made it this far. You know, it just seems like every year it's just a snap of a finger and it goes by like nothing. It always happens like that. So, a little recap of last week. If you haven't seen the video, you could go back and watch it. But here's a little quick recap. They said that they would put headphones in my head, that my body swelled up like a balloon. My teeth were super loose. I'm not sure if I left it out or if I said it, but I had an infection in my arm. They wanted to amputate my right arm, and luckily they ended up finding a situation where they could save it. So they ended up saving it, and yeah, they messed up the nerves, but I don't really care because I know it's gonna come back. And I know how everything's going. Also, I didn't have no life before death situation. I didn't see God. I didn't experience no situation like that. Also, all my intestines were giving up on me. My brain had low activity. You know, now we can make jokes about it and everything. It's in the past and all that, but at the end of the day, I am so grateful and so glad and have so much gratitude towards God, just because I know that He has me this far and that He has a huge purpose for me. And that's exactly why I'm not giving up. But let's continue on to where we were. This is Coma Experiences Part 2. Alright, and what happened in this situation, this is pretty much after like a 2-week coma stage that I was in. So after being in coma for 2 weeks, about a month, it's probably about a month of being in coma. And after a month and a half, when I did open my eyes, like I had said in the last video, when I opened my eyes, let me rewind it a little bit and tell you guys why I opened my eyes. And at this point, what my mom states that she told me was that she had got to the hospital after work, that she was super tired, exhausted, you know, a mother going through her son fighting for his life, you know, in a tough situation like that. I mean, all you mothers out there, you could just imagine, you know, you almost losing your son or being close to losing your son. You know, it's a tough situation that they gotta go through, and I know there's a lot of mothers out there. So, you know, God bless all your kids, and you gotta be safe. But so she had went to the hospital, and right off the bat, when she approached the room, the doctors told her, "Hey, your son still has no reaction to our treatments. What do you want to do with him?" And my mom said that she, at this point, that she was just like, "You know what, I just got out of work, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Is it okay if I could just go to the chapel to go pray real quick?" And the doctor was like, "Oh sure, take your time, no problem." So at that point, she said she starts making her way down the chapel. And when she stated to me that when she was on the hallway at UMC, the hallway that leads to the chapel, she was on the hallway and she was walking, and then that my best friend calls her, and she ends up picking up, and she's like, "Hello?" And he goes, "Oh hi, Miss Cortez, I'm over here at Roberto's." She goes, "Would you want something to eat?" And he's like, "I could get you a burrito." And she's like, "No." She's like, "I just got more bad news. I'm on my way to go to the chapel to go pray for my son and hope he gets better." And he's like, "Oh, okay, sounds good then." So at this point, she said that she was holding her phone. She hung up, and she said that she felt a tap on her shoulder. Now, I don't know how much believers there is out there about miracles or about situations that can happen like this, but she said that she felt a tap on her shoulder, and then she turned around and then she saw a tall lady with a smell that she couldn't describe, and then she just asked her just 2 words, And then she just said, "What's wrong?" And at that point, my mom, she said her eyes were teary because of the whole situation that was going on. And she said that she told her that just my son. When she told her my son, at that point that she said she went ahead, went to put away her phone back into her purse. She puts it in her purse. And when she goes to turn back around, the lady's gone. There's no sign of her. Like, empty hallway, and she's just like, and in her head, she's like, maybe I'm hallucinating stuff because of the situation that's going on. I don't know what's going on with that. She's like, okay, whatever. So she makes her way down to the chapel, and then she quoted the prayer that she said for me. This prayer, she actually went out to Mother Mary, Jesus' mother, Virgin Mary, and she said that she told her with all her heart that she prayed, "Please bring back my son. Don't let me go through this. You know how I'm suffering. Your son went through a lot of torment. You couldn't do nothing for him. He had to do it because he had to die for our sins. But please do not let me suffer like this with my son. Please just bring him back to me. I'll take care of him how any way possible. Just please bring him back to me." And at this point, that's when she starts making her way back to the room. And she said when she gets close to the room that she got pretty nervous because there was a big commotion. And she was like, oh man. And she got scared because, again, they had just told her he's not responding to our treatments. What do you want to do with him? So she's nervous, and she ends up making her way back to my room. And when she gets there, and the doctors tell her, "Oh, hi, Miss Cortez. Got good news. Your son opened his eyes. We're gonna keep working on him." And at this point, my mom's heart drops, and she's just so glad and joyful. She's like, "Oh!" And then at one point, she ends up thinking back, and she remembers like what she experienced in the hallway, and she goes, "I think that could have been Virgin Mary that presented herself to me because she knew the intention that I was going to the chapel with." And that's a testimony as far as Jesus' mother right there, Virgin Mary, that just like, I'm thinking she probably felt my mom's heart of how wavering she was, and she ended up interceding for her and told Jesus, told her son, "Hey, yeah, bring him back, give him another opportunity, or show." I mean, you don't know how God works, because honestly, the way God works, sometimes, like he did with Lazarus, he waited till he died so he could bring him back, So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, maybe he waited a month and a half so doctors could give up all hope in me, so doctors could feel like, yeah, he's done, he's not coming back, he's gonna be a vegetable. I don't know why you guys just don't pull the plug. And then God said no, snapped his fingers, and I opened my eyes, and now they're like, whoa, okay, never mind, keep him plugged in, he's still in there. He opened his eyes, And one of the things is that when I opened my eyes, they just remained open. I was just laying there with my eyes open. I wasn't talking, I wasn't moving. It was just my eyes are open. That's it. And that was like pretty much another month and a half of that, So at this point, I heard that nurses had to put eye drops in my eyes, that they had to tape them closed at night when it was sleeping time, that they had to do different things as far as move my arms and stuff like that to have a little bit of mobility, but I couldn't move much. I didn't move at all, And the thing is that I even heard that in Thanksgiving of 2013, I missed out, but I heard that my uncle had took this amazing turkey, and that he took it to everybody at the hospital that was there, and that everybody had an amazing meal, and everybody had a nice gathering, and while they ate turkey and they ate Thanksgiving. and that was a Thanksgiving I missed out on. I missed out on it because I wasn't all there. I was still in coma. My eyes were open, but I was still in coma because I don't remember nothing. I don't remember hearing anything, and I don't remember seeing anything. And after that, that's when Christmas came around. Christmas, I do remember. I remember little flashes and little things here and there. But I mean, as far as that, I don't really remember much. And until 2014, my birthday again. That's when I remember when I was more alert and more responsive. And literally, that's why I talk about that I missed out on like 3 months of my life, because I don't remember nothing in those 3 months that I was out. And as far as that, I also heard that on top of Thanksgiving, I also missed out on that football season. But it wasn't that important because of the fact that I'm a Raiders fan and they still didn't win the Super Bowl that year. Also, another thing that happened was my brother would say he would put on the games for me when I was out of it. And in the machine, the blood pressure machine that I was plugged into, it's funny because, now I say it's funny because it is funny, that I know that I'm a diehard fan because he said that he would play it, and every time the Raiders would get scored on or they would lose, then my blood pressure would rise and it would start going high. And he's all like, oh man. And then my mom would get nervous and she's like, turn off that game. Why would you leave it on? Turn it off. And she would tell him to turn it off. And he's just like, I don't want him to miss out on the game. He could hear it. He could still present it or kind of sense it. And she's just like, no, turn it off. You're gonna make his blood pressure rise higher and make him get in a better state. And that was the second part of coma experiences. And like I say, keep up with the videos because this next video I'm gonna go into when I went into rehab. They officially transferred me into rehab after I was alert, more responsive, and I was able to do a little bit more, but I was still in bed bound. So keep up with the videos. Go ahead, like, comment. You already know the drill. Hit the notification button. If you like this and you want to keep up with the videos, go ahead and just stay up with the videos, all right? And tell me what you think. God bless.